podcast. I'm your host Gungo Mildred, and I'm so happy that you've joined me again. So on today's episode, I wanted to talk about hate at first sight. You know, have you ever been hated by somebody? Like mmekutana tu, you just say hi, or even before you say hi, they look at you and they just like. Yeah, because that has happened to me a couple of times. So I'm going to share them with you. I hope this video is going to be short because hizo za shaja zimekuwa ndefu ndefu ama to the past, like the ones I've been sharing in the couple of 2 weeks, they've been so ndefu sana. So anyway, let me start. So the first time I ever experienced hate at first sight, I was in there's this job I did. So back in 2013, yeah, back in 2013, I got this job. So in January, there's a lady who was going on maternity leave, and her boss knew somebody that lived where I used to live, where my grandmother used to live. I'll just say somebody that worked with my grandma. So the person who worked with my grandma is the one who recommended me. But this guy had also seen me growing up because he used to come and visit his brother. So when they had my name and I was looking for work, they were like, okay, yeah, she can come and fill in. So January 2013, I go to this company. It was a warehouse, hardware store. So it was a hardware store. And so they used to sell nails and cement and other building materials. So nikienda huko, the person I was going to fill in for, her name was Eunice. This woman was going on maternity leave, but she didn't like the fact that mimi ndo nilikuwa nimetiwa hiyo kazi. She wanted to call somebody mwenye anajua, her friend or something. That is what I read from her behaviors towards me. So kufika, she showed me the ropes because the boss's wife was there, who was also her boss because she used to also come there. They were from the same tribe again. They were Kamba, but so they used to speak Kamba nini. But the fact that how ndo alinileta, she couldn't fight them on it. So akanionyesha kazi and everything I was supposed to do, and then she left. Akaenda maternity leave. So mi kufika, of course, I had to change some things. Kufika huko, so the hardware store, it was like a warehouse. So chini kulikuwa na place yenye customers wanakuja, wana approach. There were 2 ladies I was working with there. So kuna mwenye alikuwa na run M-Pesa na cashier, alafu the sales lady, alafu kuna maboys walikuwa hao ndo wa kutoa cement, kuzipanga nini and all that. But sasa hiyo ilikuwa downstairs. Alafu upstairs kulikuwa na toilet, of course, ya mdosi. Kulikuwa na this huge ass a veranda tu. It was just a space. After the stairs kulikuwa tu ni space iko hapo tu kubwa. Then the toilets to the left side. Alafu to the right side kulikuwa na ofisi ya mdosi na ofisi yenye sami nilikuwa nakaa. Yeah. So kufika napata the next day, one of the warehouse boys anakuja kuosha upstairs. And I'm like, why are you doing this? And he tells me that's what he does. Nikabaki, and the lady who sits on this chair, what does she do? He tells me nothing. Si anakuja tu kwa ofisi anaanza kazi, si tukipanguza. Nikabaki hata kuosha nini, he came hata kunioshia paka desk, kupanguza desk na viti. And I was like, hey, come on. Na mimi nikae tu mkipanguza. And he was like, hiyo ndo kazi yangu. So I told him, okay, now that I'm here, I'll be cleaning the upstairs. So nyi mkiingia, just deal with the warehouse downstairs. Mimi nitaosha huku juu, cause ni ofisi tu ya mdosi, kaveranda hapo kadogo ofisi yangu, alafu hii veranda kubwa hapa nje. And uwe anzia kwa stairs. So anzia kwa stairs ukiteremka nazo. And for the ladies, because they use the upstairs bathroom, nikamwambia tutakuwa tuna shifts. So mi nikiosha bathroom leo, wewe ndo utosha next time, wewe ndo utosha next time. And we agreed. So ikakuwa hivyo. Tukaanza kazi. So the work itself was good. Time yenye huyu msichana alikuwa ameenda maternity leave hakuwa. We worked together. Hata alikuwa ameniambia like nikifanya kazi vizuri watani promote to a regular employee at the company. Na the moment they did, that's when I moved out. Kama ulisikia ile story yangu ya living in Kasarani, yeah? So I was like, okay, sawa. So vile aliniconfirm nitabaki hata udi mwingine akikuja, that's when I moved. But the story is not about that. The story is about this woman. So I stayed there January, February, March, April. The lady was supposed to come back towards the end of April, I think. She comes back na attitude. So anarudi na ana decide kunichukia. As I said, hate at first sight. She already hated me before. Ni vile she was going on maternity leave, she couldn't do anything. So vile alirudi akapata mimi ndo napanguza huko juu. She was like, mbona wewe ndo napanguza? Nikabaki juu, hakuna kitu kingine nafanya. So nikaambia tu maboys wakuwa naosha huko chini, mimi naosha huko juu. Na choo unaoshanga paka choo? Nikaambia choo tunaoshanisha mimi na mademu wengine. And she was like, okay. So yeye amerudi kwa the standard. She was behaving now like my boss, which I don't know, because she was the accountant. We had a manager, she was the accountant. So mi kukuja, I was filling in her shoes like the accountant. But that meant that mimi naongea na wadosi zaidi kuliko the rest of the group, although they could easily, because they had worked there for years by then. So walikuwa wamejuana na mdosi vizuri. So yeye kukuja akaona ye, she's going to be my head, which I was fine with that, because me yet anajua nini about accounting. I was just doing basic accounting stuff, not like the, unajua zile vitu nitty-gritty nini nini. Mimi nilikuwa nafanya tu like basic QuickBooks blah 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 vitu kama hizo. So she comes back na kamosa kunitesa. This lady, the next day, nimepanguza huko juu, hizi viti ni zile za leather, za ofisi, alafu zimekuwa kwa hardware store. So, hiyo vumbi ya cement imezishika. And if you have ever been to a place yenye, hizo viti za leather zimekuwa kwa vumbi, ama kwa hiyo nini ya cement, you know how it is. Inafanyanga viti zinakaa hiyo kala ya cement sort of. Hata ukipanguza, like unapanguza inatoka, inakaa. So umepanguza ikiwa na maji, inashine vizuri. But the moment it dries, it goes back to looking mpararo hivi. So huyu msichana mbona kuniambia nipanguze? Kazi najua nafaa kufanya. Nikapanguza huko juu, nikapanguza viti na tables na nikamaliza. Nikaenda chini to the other ladies, nikamwachia ofisi. But akakuja kuniita, hizi viti kwani hujapanguza? Ona vile zinakaa. Nikaambia nilipanguza. Hebu zipanguze tena, zinakaa vibaya. Nikapanguza while she's there. Akaona nimepanguza, nikamwambia hivyo ndo zinakaa after zime dry. Zikakauka, kaziona, akasema hapana, ni kama upanguzi vizuri. In my head I was like, si ujipanguzie. But I was trying to keep the peace. So nikanyamaza. Either way, alikuja kanireport kwa now the manager, who was also her tribe, akamwambia, aliniambia nipanguze viti, nikakataa. Nikabaki, okay. Nikaambia, tuko na mta mzee. Nikaambia mzee, nilipanguza. Ukitaka hata twende saizi, nipanguze kama uko hapo bado. Then zikauke uone vile zakaa. She's just like, panguze vizuri. Then ana switch anaanza kuongea Kikamba. I understand Kikamba. Nowadays I don't speak it so well, but that was like my first language to speak. So, naelewa kile anasema. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, what is this? So basically anaambia huyo mzee that ananiambia nifanye vitu na staki, sijui mbona niko hapo bado, ilikuwa niende akirudi, nini. Na mzee anamwambia, unajua sisi tuna make your decision, but kazi yake imekuwa mzuri so far, tuliamua kumweka. She didn't like that one bit. So, kukuja tena downstairs anapata, because nimekuwa na madam for like 3 months, tumekuwa tukipiga story hapo nini. So, tuko na tu inside jokes nini. She didn't like that either. So, she didn't also like the fact that I was talking to these ladies. So, ikakuwa tu ni issue. Akaanza kunitafutilia huko pia. So, what actually made me quit that job ni because ilifika time fulani, time ya kulipa NHIF. So, kulikuwa na ofisi ya NHIF hapo Gikomba, because hiyo hardware ilikuwa karibu na Gikomba. So, akanituma na okay, so kuna documents unafaa uende nazo, kuna vitu unafaa kujua, something I had never done. I had never personally worked on the NHIF documents. As I said, mi kazi yangu kama accountant ilikuwa very basic. So kulikuwa na mtu from the main office in town mwenye alikuwa na deal na hizi stories za NHIF. But saa juu amerudi kuzifanya. So mimi sifai kushughulika nazo, but amekuja ameanza, ebu chukua hizi peleka nini NHIF, utakutana huko na fulani, so the head accountant mpelekee yuko huko. Mi natoka, nikatembea nikafika paka NHIF. Naangalia sioni huyo mtu. Nampigia simu hashiki, na baki ni nini. So have kutembea kutoka NHIF, nirudi tena hadi huku kwa hardware store. Namwambia umenituma huko hivyo chini, huyo mtu hayuko, nimeangalia, nimeulizia, simuoni. Ati kwani nilikwambia uende ukamtafute? Si nilikwambia uende umgoje? Naambia nimengoja for like 30 minutes, nobody is there. Na kupigia simu haushiki. Ati saizi hebu acha nimpigie. She calls the guy, anasema amefika. Then ananiambia okay, sasa amefika, enda mpelekee. I walk again, nafika huko. Napatia msee hizo papers, anaangalia, anasema kuna kitu ina miss. Nabaki, okay, mimi hajaniambia, Eunice hajaniambia kuna kitu na miss, na mimi hajaniambia anything else, hakuna message amenipea nikupee. Amenipea tu hizo papers akasema nilete, nikutafute, nikupatie. And then the guy goes like, sasa hii itasaidia, lazima tukue na hiyo document. Nampigia again, hashiki simu tena. So, but huyu msee kumpigia ndio akashika. Of course akaanza kumtetesha like mbona unatumana na vitu less information, unajua ati msichana ndio competent, kwani yako anajua mbona ametoka huko na vitu less. So tunarudi na huyo msee na baki, really you sent me to this person with less information, when una dealing na NHIF tangu utoke hapa msijadili na NHIF. I think kuna kitu nilikuwa nafanya tu, but it was less on the computer, but it wasn't like kupeleka kwa NHIF offices ama kulipa manini. So if you knew that you're supposed to be doing all that, mbona unanituma mimi niende? Nimeenda huko, nimerudi, nimeenda nikarudi, like why would you do that? Wewe ni kichwa ngumu sana. Again, hiyo kitu, yani mtu kukutafutia makosa, and then when you speak out for yourself, inabaki wewe ndio mbaya. And I know, imefanyika so many times that saa zingine najiulizanga, am I the problem? Ama mimi ndio shida? Na sijui. But anyway, so akanituma huko tena. Nikabaki, okay, this is just too much. But aliongea, mzee akakuja akaanza kumeta na kikamba vile mimi ni mbaya, amefanya nikamesa, akagombanishwa na huyo mtu main accountant wa main office, mara sijui nini, and I'm listening to her talking and I'm like, what is this? So shida zikaanza, like zilianza tu hapo. So from May, June, nilivumilia, by the time ilikuwa inafika June, I was like done. Because I think by that time alikuwa amefanya so many things yenye I was like nikiendelea kukaa hapa mimi nitachapa mama ya mtu. Juu siwezi endelea kuvumilia nonsense. So I don't remember what the last thing was, what the last straw was, but I think it was like this one. Hiyo NHIF actually, because it wasn't at the end of April, it was at the end of May, and I ended up quitting in June, if I'm not mistaken. So juu ilikuwa the end of May ndo hizi stories za NHIF zilifanyika, and then akaendelea doubling down. Kila siku nikiosha lazima complain. Nini. Every day there was an issue with this woman. Simply because she didn't like me from the beginning and she didn't want me there. Because I think she was happy because after mi nimekuja yeye alitoka. And she used to call by the way anauliza, msana aliletwa ako aje? Anaendelea aje? Anajua kazi. So alikuwa shasikia fununu. Lakini hakuna mtu alikuwa nimekosana na yeye by the time she came back. So yeye kukuja ndo akaanza kunitafutilia. By June nilikuwa like alafu pia June kampuni pia ilikuwa inaenda shida zake. Again tumeweza kulipwa hiyo ya 4,000 mara nini mngojee. I was like I'm out. So that's how I left that job. Now that is person number 1. Another person who hated me from like hate at first sight. The job I got in 2014. So I left that job, stayed at home for a little bit over a year, nikitafuta kazi. Then 2014 September nikapata kazi. Now at the restaurant in Westlands. Sasa huko pia nilimit mtu. If you'll hear this story, I'm not going to mention your name, but you know who you are. If you listen to this podcast, you know what you did, and you know I'm not lying. I'll say this name of the second person because I took fanya kazi naye sana, but for the main one, because I sort of like her, I will not mention her name. So the first time I get there, na sijui mbona inakuanga tu wanawake, always women against other women. I get there and these two ladies. So one of them was the chef, like me, in quotes, cook basically, but chef, yeah. And then the other one, her name alikuwa anaitwa Glado. Glado alikuwa the cashier. So Glado and this chef wakashikana wakaamua ni kunifanyia ilitangwa hazing. Yani, they're supposed to be showing me the ropes, but the way they were treating me, my dears, yani, nile fanya, nikifanya, mbona uko pole pole sana, mbona unafanya hivyo, inafaa kukuwa hivi, ebu fanya, acha nijifanyie, then anakaka, okay, the next one utafanya, like, ilikuwa tu madharau tu ingine tuwa, yani tu kukuonyesha, like, umekuja hapa kufanya, ama sisi ni wenyeji, you have to respect us or something. One thing about me that I'm going to share with you today is this. When I meet you, you choose. Do you want respect from me or do you want fear? I do not fear human beings. So if you want fear, ole wako, I won't give it to you. So please choose respect. Na tutafanya kazi vizuri. But if you choose that you want me to fear you, aki mi nitakudharau, nitakuignore too, like I'll be living my life like you don't exist. So I think that's what they were trying to go for, like I fear them, but me, I didn't care. Anyway, I think I was at work with them for 2 days, but then the third day, I found somebody else, a guy, and him, we clicked, and he was the best teacher. I learned more during his, shift than I had learned during hers. Anyway, everything they tried to make me go through, because I was just looking at them and I understood it was hazing, but I hated those shifts. No, kumbuke, it's only 12 hours now, for 2 days. 12 hours now wase wawili. So she continued doing the same thing. Not the chef, cause okay, the chef ndo aliendelea because the cashier ye alikuja kaacha, because she was still in school. I think she got something better or something like that and she left. But now the chef tukabaki na yeye. So ilikuanga vitu ndogo ndogo, kama siko shift nitakuja nisikie alisema, alifanya, in evil, vitu ndogo ndogo. And I never hated her. That is the funny thing. I hated Eunice totally. That's why I can use her name. I hated her. But this chef, I never did for some reason. I found her to be like a kid sister because she's younger than me. So I found her to be just immature. No, kisikiza, that's what I thought about you. Not now, but then totally thought you're so immature. And that's why you're behaving the way you're behaving. So sikuichukulia like kwa roho, na kukasirika, na kuhold grudges, na nini. I was just like, why is she doing this? So kwa meetings ilikuwa inabidi kila saa asubuhi tulikuwa tunakuwa na meetings while handing over shifts. I had to talk. And be like, watu mnanisema, watu mnafanya, endeleni, watu mnafanya. It was exhausting. And all because mtu alikuangalia tu akaona, no, I don't like this person. And I get it. I read people's energies. And if I don't feel your energy, I will not even be bothered by you. But yeah, yao ilikuwa too weird. Because I never got why they were doing it. Like seriously, siko shift na nyinyi, tumekosana aje? Wewe uko 12 hours kama mimi siko? Wewe ukiwa mimi siko, mimi nikiwa wewe hauko, tumekosana aje? How are issues rising from you not being there, from me not being there? Like seriously, issues zinatokea wapi? So anyway, it was just immaturity. Anyway, the supervisor we had on Chana, such a nice lady. She's the one who sort of forced us to share a locker at some point ya kuweka vitu zetu. And now because we had to share a locker, we sort of had to start being friendly. Also, she had to be friendly because what else could we have done? So, Ivo pole, by the time we were going to Ruiru, we went with her. And yeah, we sort of became friendlier or friends. I could say friends. I don't think she would introduce me as a friend, but yeah, we became more than just acquaintances and just colleagues. But yeah. We check on each other every once in a blue moon right now, but at least that one didn't end badly for me because tulienda kufanya tu kazi. And again, I never hated her. I just took it like, I don't know, mbona unanichukia. It was more like, why are you treating me this way? And I've never done anything to you. That one surprised me. The other one, I just knew she was being hateful and tribalistic. And lakini huyu yake ilikuwa like, why? Seriously. Hata ya amshua angeulizwa, excuse angepeana ingekuwa very, very petty, for lack of a better word. Yeah. So that was number 2. Somebody else who has just hated me from first sight. So same company, the second company, after some time working in production, the ladies who are working in the restaurant in that place, they left. They got better opportunities and they left. So nikabaki, nikaambiwa ni fill those shoes. So I went to the restaurant. I was the cashier. I was the sort of cook. Mimi ndo nilikuwa na serve chakula, like I was plating the dishes, I was cleaning the dish, like kazi nilikuwa nafanya kazi ya watu wanne basically. That's why I said I quit, because I was too tired. One of the reasons I quit. So huko, there was this client. This man used to come, kusema ukweli, kila siku asubuhi na 1,000 aitishe chai na mandazi ya 10 bob. So basically angetumia like 70 shillings ama 100 bob na hiyo 1,000 tumpatie change. Then secretary wake angekuja tena the same. After huyo ametoka ameenda, secretary wake pia akuje na 1,000. Akunywe chai na mandazi tena alipe na 1,000. Ilikuwa njia ya kutafuta change kila siku asubuhi. So sisi juu pia ni biashara, tumekuja tukatafuta change yetu, ndio tukue na pesa ya kupatiana kama change, lakini hao wanakuja kutafuta change kwa nini yetu, kampuni yetu. I used to get pissed. So one day, the waitress I used to work with, she was like, watu mimi siwataki tena. I don't want them here. Jota kuna msana pia Monica alikuwa anatusaidia kwa the restaurant. So if you don't know who Monica is, listen to last Saturday's episode, you'll know who she is. So Monica alikuwa anatusaidia pia. So Monica came one day and told me, Mili, haki ya watu, hiyo ndo tabia yao, wanakujanga tu kutafuta change. Because Monica alikuwa anaenda kunitafutia change. Na Mr. Kwa anaenda kutafutia change, ndo akuje kila siku kunywa kitu ya 70 ama 100, ndo tuwapate change yetu yote. Jota wangeenda, akaekae, tena wana amekuja, kuitisha tu kitu kama soda. Soda ya 30 bob, na 1,000, tena akae chini, ndo tumpe. Seriously. So, mara ya mwisho niliambia tu dem juu yako nataka kumpatia change. So nikaambia huyo waitress, like mwambie tu hatuna leo change. Waende watafute juu tuko the same compound, either Monica atende hiyo pesa baadaye ama wakiipata wataleta. Hatuna hiyo change. Akawaambia. So akaambia the lady, the first time it was the lady, akamwambia hatuna change, kujia leta baadaye. Akakaa tena akakaa baadaye ati sasa soda, tena na the same money. Tena tukamwambia the same thing, hatuna change. Akaenda. The next day, I think she got offended because nilimwangalia tu. After ameuliza the waitress, akamwambia hatuna, akakuja mwenyewe. Akaniambia, mimi sina pesa, hizi enda kutafuta pesa ingine. Hii ndo tu niko nayo. Nikamwambia kama utangojea kujichange baadaye, sawa, tukipata tutatumanisha ikuje. She didn't like that part. So akasema, ni sawa tu, ambia Monica atakujia. The next day, the man comes. I tell the ladies the same thing. Wakitisha change, waambie hatuna. So this guy, vile aliambiwa hivyo, akaniangalia. She just looked at me directly. She started insulting me, calling me ugly, calling me sijui nini. And I'm like, really? Sio mimi nimekuongelesha. The thing I've done, nimekutengenezea chai. I made you a tea, nikapea waitress, akakuletea. Because tulikuwa ni ile coffee machine, like the barista's coffee maker, iyo ya barista. We had that one. So nimemtengenezea tu chai, mimi nikapeana. How he started insulting me, calling me ugly, I don't know. So I was like, hiyo ndo kitu nafikirianga ukikuja ukikata hapo unanizubalia. Because used to come anakaa huko hivyo kwa nini, kwa maeza, then anaanza tu kuzubaa. So this day when he called me ugly, I was like, hiyo ndo kitu mtu kuja anakaa anafikiria. Like how ugly I am. And so this day akaamua tu kulipuka nayo. Because what nonsense was that? But anyway, I was like, yeah, I don't care. You're calling me ugly. You don't know me well enough for that statement to hurt me coming from you. So I was like, whatever, good riddance. I think they never came back again, or they used to, but sa walikuwa nakuja na adabu, ama wanatuma one of their colleagues, wanatuma take out. So Monica anachukua na wapelekea. So yeah, I don't know. He hated me for no reason. Of course, I cannot finish this video without saying like that pastry chef who hated me from the previous video, and also that HR from the previous video. But now, I think this is going to be the last person. The next one is another client. So there were a lot of Chinese and a lot of Koreans at that place that we were working, where Ruiru, mbele tulikuwa na hiyo company in Ruiru. So the same compound, we had Chinese people selling their own things. And so there's this group of Chinese men who used to come. Every day, these people will come and they will eat their lunch. They will come sometimes for breakfast and then sometimes for every day for lunch. So there's this one who used to come and start talking. Like, you know that there's somebody that can talk to you in their mother tongue, and the way the people around him who can understand, the way they're responding to what he's saying, you know that he's insulting you. So every time he will come, he will talk to me in Chinese, or what do they speak in Korea? That one. Whatever language. I don't know if he was Korean or if he was Chinese, but he used to speak that. And then the other guys, because they were younger boys, he was older, but the other guys were a little bit younger. So they'll be giggling and laughing and then looking at me. And then they will say things like, he likes you. Or any vitu za ujinga. And I'd be like, as we will talk in Swahili, of course, tunawa enjoy, because we'll be like describing them. Because, yeah, you insult me in your mother tongue, I insult you in mine. That's life. So anyway, they will do that. He will do that a lot. Alafu, they realized something. We had a generator in our company because we were dealing with frozen products. So we had to have generators, or things could not go bad. So whenever lights zingepotea, watu wangekuja kwetu because of Wi-Fi, because of nini, and because whenever they will be eating there, we'll give them a Wi-Fi password. So this man will take advantage. In steam imepotea kila mahali, he will come with his iPad or whatever laptop ama tu simu, akuje kwanza kuconductia meeting zake hapo kwa restaurant without buying anything. And we will ask him, like, do you want to eat anything? He'll be like, no, I already drank tea. I already came for tea. No more tea. Akae. So siku ya kwanza tukamwacha. The second time tukamwacha. The third time I was like, no. So I told him, hey, you cannot sit. I talked to the manager, our finance manager, because he's the one who was dealing with us. So I spoke to him. I was like, there's this guy, because he asked. And I was actually called, I think, by the boss. I think he asked. So the manager was like, there's this person who comes and just sits and doesn't drink anything. Shida yake ni nini? So I explained to him that he comes because he's a client. Yo kuja wanakula hapa lunch and stuff. But I think he comes to use the Wi-Fi. Senye, there's no power all over the go downs. And that guy was like, tutaizima. The next time he comes and you ask him to buy something, he refuses, call me, we'll switch it off. And that's what we did. Because the thing is, wanamwona kwa camera. So if I don't do that, I'm going to be in trouble. So the next time he comes, we tell him, our bosses were upset. You cannot sit here without drinking anything or eating anything and just use the Wi-Fi. And I was like, no. And then he starts talking Korean or Chinese or whatever. And then we're like, no. So, because I'm like, okay, this guy is a saying. I call the manager and I'm like, okay, just switch it off. Because what can we do? And so he switches the Wi-Fi off for the whole company. That means kuna watu pia wanafanya kazi kwa laptops na computers. They're not doing their job because this man has decided to come and sit at our restaurant without eating or drinking anything. And yeah, we were trying to punish him or something. So vile ilizimwa, he looked at me and he was like, what happened? No Wi-Fi? Nikamwambia no. So I don't know how he learned that ilikuwa imezimwa. I think pia mwenye tu aliges hiyo kitu imefanyika, because of course bado tuko na stima, so mbona wifi hakuna. So I think he was like, yeah, mmenizimia wifi. And then he started talking and talking and talking, hapo bado akiongea hizo nini zake. So whenever they will come now for lunch, the conversation changed. He would still talk Chinese or Korean or whatever it was that he was talking, and the other guys would be like shaking their heads or nodding or laughing hysterically because he was insulting me. Kama kawaida, we would insult him too. So when I quit that job and I left in 2017, the lady that used to work as the waitress came and told me that, yeah, this guy came, because she called me. She was like, do you remember these Chinese guys? I was like, yeah. Do you remember that one who used to come and use the Wi-Fi? Yeah, he came here and he's been coming, and they've been asking where you are. So I told him that you left. And then he said that he hated you. That it's good she's gone. I hate her. Like, I was like, what did you say? So she told me, yeah, I told him that you hate him too. I was like, oh, thank God. Thank God that you say that, because if I was there and he told me that he hated me, I would have told him like, yeah, I hate you too. Because who did he think he was? So you think you like me and I like you, or you hate me and I hate you? I don't know you. You're a customer. I'm supposed to be cordial with you, towards you. I'm supposed to smile. I'm supposed to treat you well. But seriously, I don't like you because I don't know you. So you're saying that you hate me? Really? So yeah, I think he just didn't like me from the beginning because I was strict with them. They will come and make noise, like a lot of noise. Mpaka clients wengine mtu anakuja na kuambia, hawa watu wenyu wako na kelele mingi. And you're like, okay. But then when you tell them to tone it down, they start hating. There has to be a bad person in every story. And with them, I gladly took that cap because I didn't mind it. But yeah, so those are some of the people who just hated me from the moment they met me. I'm sure there are others. Maybe I'll have a part two some other time. But those are the ones I remember that I was just like, yeah, they sort of made an impact, or not really, but they're the ones that I remembered while trying to record this. So yeah, you can go to the comments down below. Tell me any experience you've ever had with people who just met you from the word go and hated you. I don't know about you, but I usually don't care about such people because, as I said, I read people's energies, and if yours is off, I'll just treat you like a stray dog. Like, I don't care for you, and whatever you say, I don't care for it. But I don't know if you're like that, or you care about it and you like being liked by everybody. I hope you don't, because not everybody in this world is going to like you, and you have to be okay with that. Okay, so yeah, you can go and comment down below. Tell me about your experience. Go to my Instagram page, at Musings Podcast, and please follow me over there and tell me. You can DM me and tell me your experience as well. So while you're doing that, remember to please like, share, and subscribe. Please, heavy on the subscribe. Please, please, please remember to subscribe. And yeah, remember to also hit the bell for notifications, and you can be here the moment I upload a new video. You can come and just listen and continue supporting me, and that will make me super super happy. Okay, bye bye now. Love you.